Yeah, we are now live. All right.
Hey.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get the video. I'm not expecting a lot of people in here because that podcast kind of fucking ruined my mojo tonight, but whatever. That's fine. I can live with that.
Is it going on right now?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh.
You know how long they are. It's the round table. Like, fucking 4 or 5 hours will go by and they won't even give a fuck. It's hilarious.
That's because they play an hour of shitty music in the beginning.
Yay! Great. I'm about to get ridiculed for that now.
So that's just my opinion.
Fair enough.
Come at me, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo. Don't do that. I don't need you to be fucking on the goddamn next episode of the Roundtable Podcast. Shit.
Today we talk about Faye and her trash ass opinions.
Oh, God.
That'd be hilarious. Let me see it.
All right, so the video got sent out on the twits. And I'm not going to post it in the Roundtable because I don't want to give out fucking free promotion. So I'll post it in my server. And then I'll post it also in... excuse me, that's fucking gross.
You're not allowed to post it in the roundtable, your podcast?
No, I can. I don't promote stuff when they're live because the chat's up on their screen during the live stream. So I would literally be like self-promoting my own shit without even being on the podcast. It's kind of a dick move.
Stupid.
It's kind of a dick move. No, it's not stupid. It just, I mean, from my perspective, it is because I'm the one that's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I can't find this thing.
Oh, yeah, here you go, Faye. My bad, sorry. Let me give you the link here. Just open it up with your phone and then just, like, tap on the video when it's playing, and it should pause it. And then you'll be able to see the chat.
Oh.
All right. So everything's all linked up now. Everything's all out there. So we're all good to go. Oh, wait. There's one more image I got to fucking lock. There we go.
Wait. So if I pause it, though, and someone comes in the chat and talks, I'll still see the chat going?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it would pause the chat and the...
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
The number one YouTuber? Fuck, I wish. I wish I was the PewDiePie of YouTube. Goddamn. Actually, no, I don't. I don't want that on anybody, to be fair, because I wouldn't be able to handle that shit. See? There you go.
Right, because it would suck. I just feel like it would suck to be, like, the number one YouTuber, right? Like, imagine being Mr. Beast or PewDiePie or something, right? And everybody knows you. Everybody recognizes you. Everybody expects all the shit from you. Everybody nitpicks every little thing you do. It would be so nice.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I mean, it's bad enough when I had 3,000 subs on my old ass channel. Fucking, that was a nightmare in and of itself. So, but it is what it is. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the Roundtable. We're not here to talk about regular day shit. We're here to talk about the goddamn Conjuring universe. Goddamn. So me and Faye just spent 2 fucking days, technically 2.5, technically, because today would be the 3rd day. 2.5 days watching all 8 Conjuring fucking universe films, from The Nun all the way to The Conjuring, The Devil Told Me to Do It, or whatever the fuck it's called. We decided, I mean, now she's already seen all the films. I've only ever seen one, and that being the very first Conjuring that came out way back in the day. However long ago that was, whatever. So I've never seen any of the ones like The Nun or La Llorona or Annabelle series, none of that crap like that, or even the sequels to The Conjuring 2. Man, so on Saturday we started this, and we watched 4 films Saturday. We watched The Nun, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle, and The Conjuring. And then yesterday we watched Annabelle Comes Home, La Llorona, and Conjuring 2. And then today we watched the final one, that being whatever the hell it's called. Devil Made Me Do It. So we've already made a video talking about The Nun and Annabelle Creation. We're not going to discuss that in this video because we already have a standalone video for that. Link in the description. Fuck y'all. I'm just kidding. So we're going to start from the first Annabelle. That was the first one that was released, but in chronological order, this will be the 3rd film in the actual universe. So this one came out in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. God damn, that long ago? Fucking A. Yeah, it was 2014. Yeah, it was 2014, yeah. So I'm looking here at the actual timeline here. Yeah, so 2014 is when this fucking movie came out. God damn, dude.
That's the first Annabelle film, but the 3rd in the series in their universe, right?
No, that would be the second in the universe because creation is first, Annabelle second, and then Annabelle comes home as third. As far as like the Annabelle saga goes, the trilogy
Oh
for
no,
that,
I mean in the Conjuring universe, it's the third chronologically, but it's the second or it's the first in the Annabelle series, right?
chronologically wise, let me double check that actually. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure I know creation is first in the timeline. Yeah, it's
No,
Annabelle.
I mean in the whole Conjuring universe, like the Nun, Annabelle, creation, then Annabelle, right? It's
Yes.
the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
what I thought.
Okay. Okay. You were confusing the fuck out of me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But no, but it actually brings up a valid point because at the end of the day, like, if you okay, so I want to ask you specifically because you've seen these movies multiple times, minus the one that we just watched.
Yeah,
This is your second time watching it, so I
yeah.
want to get your perspective on one thing. How do you feel now watching the entire franchise or entire universe thing in chronological order?
I think it was cool to watch it in chronological order. Um, but there's like I don't know. It's cool to watch it like that because you're watching from like 1952, I believe, is the year for the Nun movie. All the way through 1981, right?
Right.
So it's cool to watch it in the order it happened. And I don't think it's really necessary. It's not like, you know, it's not like they're super intertwined together where you have to watch them chronologically or like people like with the Star Wars movies they're like you have to watch them in this specific order
You got
and
to
they're
watch
like
the prequels
super fucking
first.
serious about it. Right, like it doesn't matter, you could watch them individually, you could watch them chronologically. It was interesting, it was cool. Necessary? No, probably not,
Yeah.
but it was interesting.
What's up, BGL? No, I agree because I mean, mind you, this is like the first time experiencing all these films, fucking. But I'm
Hmm.
watching them in chronological order. Now, if I was in your shoes and I had seen them upon like when they first originally came out, like they were all like all over the fucking place. I don't think it
Yeah,
really matters because I mean, after watching the entire series and seeing like as far as like you said you used intertwine earlier, right? You only really see
yeah,
that like right at the very end of the film, kind of like a
yeah,
little tease that crosses over to the film that came out before it, and like you know what I mean, that kind of shit.
yeah,
Ties it in with the universe crap, right? Essentially, right?
yeah.
Now, for the longest time, when back in 20 was I think it was 2019 when La Llorona came out, I had no idea that that was even part of the fucking Conjuring universe. Not a
Most
fucking
people
clue.
don't.
Not a clue. I thought it was just a standalone fucking movie on its own. I had no idea that it was like related to the fucking universe at all. Period. So when I saw that it was part of the actual fucking universe, I was like, oh no shit, interesting.
Most people don't, even though it ties the same actor that plays the priest from Annabelle into the Curse of La Llorona, right?
Right,
And they also talk about the couple that works for the church that deals with that sort of thing
right.
in the Curse of La Llorona. So it does but it's very indirect. Like you wouldn't know if you hadn't seen, even if you had seen, but you had no idea, you probably wouldn't know. You probably wouldn't like put them together because there's
Right.
nothing in the Curse of La Llorona that even would make you think that it is part of the
Yeah, because the
Conjuring
Warrens are
universe.
not even in that fucking movie at all. I don't think. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not in
They're
that movie at
very
all.
brief. They're very briefly mentioned, but not by name. They're
Yeah,
never mentioned by name in the movie, but they are hinted to. Like when she's talking to the priest, and the priest is like, "Oh, I know of this couple who specializes in this type of thing, and they could definitely help you out, but it'll take time. We have to go through the diocese, right, or
yeah,
whatever."
yeah, yeah.
Um, so they are mentioned. You know that's who they're talking about, but you only know that because you've been watching all the Conjuring movies. If you had just watched it, you'd be like, "The fuck?"
Like who
You
are they
wouldn't
talking
even think
about?
about it.
But see,
Yeah,
but I think it's like little subtle hints like that, though. I believe that that try to immerse the audience into watching more of these films, or at
yeah,
least get more invested into that universe, right?
right.
Because before any of the Annabelle, before any of the movies came out, it was just like the original Conjuring. That was it,
Yep.
right? And then like I guess the movie was a huge success. I guess because I remember people were talking about it
Hmm.
left and right when it first came out. Like that's
Yeah,
all
they
everybody was
were.
talking
It's
about.
huge.
and then Annabelle came out. I think Annabelle was the second movie to release. Or not, I'm not going based on chronological. I'm going based on the year they came out. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
Pulled up here. Hold on.
Okay.
So it was The Conjuring first. That was in
Yeah.
2013. The year later was the Annabelle. 2 years later, in 2016, it was The Conjuring 2. And then
Yeah.
Annabelle Creation. Then The Nun in 2018. Curse of La Llorona in 2019. Annabelle Comes Home the same year. Literally, literally like a month and a half later, it came out.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why Curse of La Llorona didn't really last too long in movie theaters, because Annabelle Comes Home came and like literally decimated that film.
Annabelle Comes Home was like a huge one for the Conjuring
Right. That's
universe.
why I
They're
think
all they're
they're
all super successful. Like,
absolutely, absolutely. I do remember when I first got here, where I'm at right now. That was the same year when The Nun came out, and I remember seeing the trailer being played all the time at my neighbor's place when I would go over there. And but I remember when I was on Twitter, I remember people that are big fans of like the universe itself as a whole were all like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see it, man! It's The Nun. It's based on fucking the bitch, whatever you want to call it, blah 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 blah." Right? And
mhm.
then I remember seeing people coming out and like literally saying like how it was very disappointing. And
It was.
like after watching it, and again, I said this in the video yesterday. I don't want to linger on this too long for both of us because we got a lot of films we got to get through here. But
Yeah.
I'll just say this: if you haven't seen any of these movies and you don't care to, and like for whatever reason, The Nun convinces you to watch it, I would avoid it at all costs unless you wanted to invest yourself getting into this universe. Then check it out. If you've seen Conjuring 2, I would say definitely watch it. If you haven't seen The Conjuring 2, don't watch it. It's not worth your time
Right.
because it doesn't
But
explain anything. I mean, it does, but it does a very, I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about it that pissed me off about the entire movie, man. Like, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I was hoping I was going to like it. Because there was just something
I
off-putting about it.
yeah, I thought it's good. Like, it's good. I don't know. It just doesn't even like seem like it fits with the. I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's almost like it doesn't fit. Like, all the other movies kind of go together pretty well, except for the Curse of La Llorona. But like the Nun, even by itself, was just, it wasn't good. Like, it was
No.
so slow and it was super repetitive, and like, they even describe Valak the same in the Nun as they did in Conjuring 2. Like,
Yep.
they used the exact same phrases, exact same words, exact same descriptions. It was super repetitive, and it was almost like unnecessary. Like, why even make it? And
Right.
now they're making a Nun too, and I'm like,
Is that
it could be
necessary?
good. Right. I don't think it's necessary because I didn't think The Nun was good enough to warrant a second movie. There shouldn't even have been a first movie. Out of all the characters they could have, like, there's thousands of cases they could go through. Why pick that one and why make up some weird little story about it? I don't know. And it wasn't even a good story. It was really strange, and I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is because The Conjuring 2 is based on her. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like the kind of demonic fucking, or the demon that she is. But I mean, I get. But again, like, if you're gonna make a fucking backstory, right, and explain to your audience that's following along with this universe, and you want them, and you want to explain like the backstory of who this person is, or who this demon is, do a better job
Yeah.
than that. Like,
Right.
seriously, like, because I didn't walk away out of that film knowing more about Valak at all. I knew more about Valak in Conjuring 2 and what she's capable of doing
Yeah.
than what she portrays in the movie, on the standalone movie herself. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was just weird because it was more about, the Nun was more about, I don't know. I felt like the nuns and the abbey and stuff than it was about Valak. And then she was just kind of thrown in, and then the ending was really rushed in it. And then it was so weird because it was like, oh my God, yes, I spit the blood of Jesus into her face and she's dead, or she's condemned back to hell. But then it shows the thing with Maurice at the end and the upside down cross on the back of his neck. And I'm like, what is that? We just saw her like dissipate into nothing.
Maybe
But
she
also
fucking
kind of
cursed him.
hints.
Maybe she cursed him. And that's what that
Well,
upside down cross is.
yeah, I think she did for sure. But Because she obviously wasn't gone because she was then a few years later in The Conjuring 2 for that story, right?
Right.
Like her character. So obviously she wasn't. I don't know. It was just weird. It just made me like have more questions that I didn't even need to have.
I feel the same way too as well. Again, like it's not a bad movie. Like it fits in the universe and it fits fine.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was an unnecessary fucking story. He told that story. Like I think they should have went a little bit more deeper into that. I
Yeah.
mean, for fuck's sakes, like when you have Annabelle that has 3 separate films plus a tie-in with the fucking movie itself for The Conjuring, well, at least brief
Mm-hmm.
periods of The Conjuring, I should say, for the second one. It makes it more of a fascination. Plus, a lot of people, pop culture wise, like they know who the real doll is. They know what she looks like. It's a Raggedy Ann doll. There's
Yeah.
stories behind that doll that are just fucking fascinating to read about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense why Annabelle became a pop culture movie phenomenon. I get that part.
Yeah.
La Llorona, man, look, no one's gonna give a flying fuck about her. Period. The weeping fucking whatever the fuck you want to call it there.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like the only reason why, because well, remember before we watched it, I told you I was kind of excited to see it, right? Because that
Yeah.
movie genuinely looked fucking terrifying for me when I saw the trailers for it. But again, don't ever trust the trailer. It's very misfucking leading.
That's why I don't watch trailers.
Yeah,
Me and
well, I
trailers.
couldn't help it when
No
I was
bueno.
watching TV at my neighbor's.
Right. Um. Yeah. The Curse of La Llorona is also another one that I don't really care too much about either way. It was good. It had good moments in it and stuff. It was better than The Nun, maybe, but I still don't really care about it too much either
Right.
way.
Right. No. That makes sense. But I mean, like, for me personally, dude, like, if you take out La Llorona and you take her out of the picture along with the nun as well,
Yeah.
then you're basically left with pretty much basically a solid fucking five, what, fucking 6 movies?
Solid fucking 6 movies.
Yeah.
Like
So a
all 3
2-part
Conjurings
trilogy.
and all 3 Annabelles are fucking.
Yeah.
Those
Like,
are solid ass
fucking
movies.
awesome movies, man. Yeah. And it's.
Like the
Go ahead.
Annabelle movie did. So Annabelle, the first, like the just Annabelle came out before Annabelle Creation, right?
Right.
But it like tied those 2 stories together so good because Annabelle create Annabelle Creation had like these huge tie-ins with the Annabelle movie, right?
Right.
Like with the Annabelle Higgins chick, and it was, I don't know, it was good.
Yeah, there is. I know that some people will tell me that fucking like if you look at whatever you want to call it, right? Those 3 movies there. Like I'm sure you're gonna have people in the comment section be upset that we didn't fucking like the Nun or La Llorona. But to be fair, it's not. We're not saying that we don't like them. And like they're solid movies in their own right. But I would look at them as being like solid standalone films. Like even if like although I really can't say that because it is part of the universe. But as a standalone movie though, man, not you don't have to watch those 2 in order to understand anything else that goes on. But like honestly though, Creation, regular Annabelle, like first Conjuring, all 3 Conjuring movies, and all 3 Annabelle is what you should technically watch.
Yeah,
Like,
those are like the main 6, I think. The Nun and Curse of La Llorona can both just disappear.
right. And then with
Although,
go ahead.
unpopular opinion, I
What?
am not a crazy huge fan of the original Annabelle.
Really?
I think it's good. I think it's well done. I think they tied those 2 stories together so good. But the chick that plays, what's her name, Nancy or something? I don't freaking know.
Mia?
The wife of the guy, the pregnant chick. I can't stand her. The way she screams and her acting just like irks me. It gives me the
Funny
ick
that
a
you
little
say that
bit.
because you said the exact same thing about her performance in fucking *Malignant* as well.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that is funny. I don't know, just something about her. I don't like. And I liked everybody else and I thought it was well done. But she was like whiny and her scream just like freaking and I just couldn't stand her. And I know like that movie's super popular and people tear your ass up for that, but like I don't know, I'm not such a big fan of the first Annabelle.
I will say, I
But
mean, I enjoyed the first movie, like the first Annabelle one too, as well, like the 2014 one. Uh,
mhm.
That one was actually really good. But I will say, out of all three Annabelles, though, Creation was my favorite. Creation was just fucking spectacular, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Creation is good. Creation and Comes Home. I liked Comes Home too, like with the fucking with Judy. Like it was good. It was good
Right.
because you got to see so many of the other fucking little artifacts and occult things from their room.
Come to
What
life.
they do,
What they
like the
are, yeah.
fairy tale man, the wedding dress, that samurai outfit. I want to know what the fuck's up
Yeah,
with that,
I want to see that movie, man, because that shit looks
Right.
super cool, man.
They need to make the fairy tale man and the samurai outfit into movies ASAP.
Agreed. The wedding
And they
dress
need to
one,
be the Ed and Lorraine Warren stories, like
right? The
with
what?
Vera and Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Of course, you can't get rid of them now.
No.
Fucking. Here's the thing, though, too, right? Like, because you corrected me on this because I was super confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because going back to Lorona real quick, man, like I was
Yeah.
confused. Like when we were watching Comes Home, Annabelle Comes Home, right? And we like that girl was walking around with the fucking wedding dress on. I legit thought that was Lorona for a minute. And like you're like, no. It's not the same person. It's an entirely different fucking story and everything. I'm like, what?
I can see that now though. Now that you said it, I'm like it does kind of give off the
Yeah,
impression
yeah.
that that dress is the La Llorona dress, but it's not.
Because
But
it
it's
wouldn't make sense in
very
the timeline.
confusing. No, it's very confusing and it definitely like yeah, it doesn't really I don't know. So maybe like even I don't know that the wedding dress cuz like
Well, I was only going based on when, like, I saw the trailer, and the only reason why it's stuck in my brain so much, man, is because the way that outfit looks and the way she looks in the
yeah.
movie, and like with the demonic eyes and whatever you want to call it, like it's not very like forgettable for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like that's what threw me off. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah. I totally see that. I totally see how that could be like people would think that, right? But then it's almost like it doesn't make any sense because then if people think that, they're going to go, wait a minute, that's not what that dress does. That's not what the whole story is once you watch Curse of La Llorona. So then people are like, the fuck, there's inconsistencies, but it's not the same
Yeah, it's not
dress.
the same dress, an entirely different story. Yeah,
Yeah.
so thank you for fucking correcting me on that because I was sitting
Yeah.
there, I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, wait a minute. Like they already had the dress from La Llorona, and that's after. But it was like
Right.
no, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a
Because,
different story.
yeah, Comes Home came out. It's chronologically, it's before the Curse of La Llorona. So, yeah, it wouldn't make any
Yeah, it
sense.
wouldn't make any sense at all. But the main reason why I like Creation the most, don't get me wrong, like Annabelle and Annabelle Comes Home, fucking spectacular fucking films. The
Yeah.
only reason why I like Creation better is because of how fucked up and how crazy that story was, man. Like from the beginning when that kid gets hit by the car.
Oh my God. I
Like,
know.
and then
I know.
understanding and learning how the doll became possessed and whatever the case may be, and then, man, that shit was brutal,
It
fucking
was.
brutal.
It was a rough story. There was a lot of fucking just chaos, all around chaos
Oh
in
yeah, I feel so
Animal
bad for that mother,
Creation.
man. Fucking Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same
I
time, like,
know.
part of me also wants to blame the parents too as well because you gave permission to a fucking spirit to possess a doll,
I
not
can't
knowing
blame
that.
them though. I
No, I
can't
don't blame
blame
them
them
either
though
because
because
yeah, go
as
on.
a parent, I'm like, I would fucking give or do anything if I lost my child to be able to see them or hold them or something, just anything one more time. I
Right.
would do almost anything. And you're so desperate, right? Like, you have to feel this just like total and complete devastation and desperation. And that's probably where that came from and they know that it's not like some evil thing is like, I better not do that because that'd be fucked up. They're like, oh yeah, this
Right.
lady is desperate as fuck. She wants to see her kids so bad. I'm gonna make her think she does see it. And then, that's the end.
Yo,
So
the part that really creeped me out in that movie, there was two scenes that creeped me out in Creation, right? And
yeah.
it still creeps me out to this day. When the mother was in the bathroom, when she was explaining the backstory, right, about how slowly and little like they were seeing like seeing her and whatever, right? When she's in the
Mhm.
bathroom and she looks in the mirror and you see the fucking demon like peeking his head over like around the door,
Oh yeah.
that shit threw me off guard because I wasn't expecting that. And then
Yeah, that was fucked up.
the scene with I forget what her name is, but the one that was in the wheelchair there, maybe to the film, and she gets pushed
Yeah.
into that barn, and she's sitting there hiding underneath the fucking the shed thing, right? And then that then like the demon Annabelle fucking goes up to her and spits that black shit in her mouth. That fucking scared the shit out of me, man.
Yeah. I want to say, I think it's really interesting that so many of these movies about possession show this like either black substance or some kind of bugs, something that has to go from one person's mouth to the others. And I don't mean just the Conjuring universe. There are other movies where
demonic movies and shit,
where there's this depiction of something that has to go in your mouth, like from something to you in your mouth, and that's how you become possessed. That's the moment of possession.
I think the black substance, I think that's just like the blood of the demon or something like that. Because I always see that in films, like when a demon gets stabbed or injured, whatever you want to call it, it drips black like goo, like blood, I guess, if you want to call it that. So I guess it's like that running theme, but it's still, no matter if it's blood, black substance, puke, doesn't matter. It's fucking disturbing. That's all I'm going to say.
It really is. It really is. I want to, I mentioned that movie too the other day that we should watch called The Possession with that Jeffrey Dean Morgan guy.
Yeah.
And it's a possession movie. It's got a similar thing to it with you have to like have something go in your mouth, like swallow it basically, right? So, but it's different. It's not black. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a similar thing. So I just think it's interesting that they all have this weird moment where you see something go into them. Like even in The Exorcist, there's that moment, and I don't care if you haven't seen The Exorcist by now.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Get out, yeah.
So there's that moment where Regan is laying in her bed and her arms are going up and down and she's fighting this thing off. And then all of a sudden you see this huge lump go in her throat. She just makes this like really
gurgle sound.
This growly kind of gurgling sound. And that is her moment of possession. And even though you don't physically see something, you see her throat bulge out like something's going down her throat, you know?
Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. Again, the sound effects in this universe is, dude, so fucking like bone cattling cringe, you know what I mean? Like, yes. I don't know what it is, but like, even like, again, going back to the scene that I was referring to, right? About like when that girl gets that black liquid in her mouth, when you hear her gargling that shit, oh God, that's so gross. That's so fucking gross, man.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah.
And then the cracking of bones and shit, like so, fucking, The Devil Made Me Do It. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it's supposedly like the least favorite out of the three. Fuck that. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed my time. Yeah, a lot of people said they didn't like it. Everybody that I spoke to, man, fucking said like Omar said the same thing too. He was like, yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the third one. Fuck that. Yo, for my money, 3 was fucking incredible.
I thought 3 was good. But you know why people don't like it? Because it's not exactly about a demon or an evil thing. It's about a witch.
Yeah,
and people hear witches or somebody working in their home. They're like, "Oh, this is a fucking joke. Where are we watching The Craft?" Like, no,
we watching The Craft. Sorry. Oh my lord!
I can drive down my street right now and go to a fucking store that's specifically made for fucking like witches and shit. Like. So people think it's a joke, but it's not really a joke. There really are people that practice that
witchcraft. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they put it in a movie and people think it's a fucking joke. People think it's like, you know, fucking The Craft or something stupid like that. It's like, no, bitch.
Nah, bro. Nah, I thoroughly enjoyed the 3 Conjuring movies equally. I thought they were fucking great, fantastic. And of course, I mean, when you have the same 2 actors, right, that play Warren and fucking and like the Warren family, whatever the case would be, like spot on perfection. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, man. Like, if they make, like, we know that they're making a 4th one because they've already confirmed that they are. And if they replace those actors with like 2 other ones, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it.
I'm not. I don't know if I could. I was the same way with Nightmare on Elm Street. They replaced. They got a new Freddy, right? And I'm like, I can't watch it. There's no fucking way.
Sadly, I watched it.
I watched it, and
I watched half of it, and then I turned it off, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. And again, nothing against Earl Jones. What the fuck his name was there? Earl something. I forget what his name was. The one that played Rorschach there in the fucking whatever the hell that fucking movie was called,
Mm-hmm.
The Watchmen.
Oh.
He didn't do a bad job. Like, it was not his fault. He wasn't the reason why the movie sucked. The reason why the movie sucked is the way they designed the look of him. The design and look of him was okay. Like, I mean, I could deal with that. It's just everything else. Like, the cast wasn't right. The fucking, like, the dream sequences were pretty good, but just not as good as the original. But, I mean, that's for a different fucking podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, though. Like, I'm the same way, too, as well. If these two are not in the fourth one, you know what? I'm going to look it up right fucking now. Because that's going to piss me off if they're not in this bitch.
I know. And I know I did look up a little bit. I don't like to know anything about a movie before I watch it. Nothing.
Right.
I don't want to see the trailer. I don't even want to see a fucking movie poster. If I see the movie on the shelf or I see the poster at like a theater or something, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to watch that.
Oh, good. They're both going to reprise their role for the fucking fourth one. Thank you. Okay. All right. No, I'm good now. I'm happy.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy.
So, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. But
we should go see it in fucking theaters, man.
Right?
Well, if it comes to theaters.
It will.
I hope to God that it does.
There's no way it won't, because Annabelle Comes Home made like a fucking $1 billion in the box office.
You serious?
Something like one of them broke $1 billion. It was fucking nuts. And they had like
curious to see which one it was, to be honest. I can see right here. So, okay, so Annabelle Comes Home, it made $231.3 million in the box office, and it only cost fucking $27 to $32 million. So they definitely make their money back and then some. That's good. The first Annabelle, or let's see what Annabelle Creation did. And Annabelle, the first one did. Annabelle Creation did $306.5 million in the box office. Only cost $15 million budget. That's really small.
Mm-hmm. They have really tiny budgets.
Yeah, and then the first one only had a $6.5 million budget, but made $257.6 million. So Creation was the biggest one, with 306 under its belt.
I read an article that said one of them broke $1 billion in profit. I don't know if that's just in the theaters or like overall, you know.
Right.
But
ooh, did you hear about this? So in 2017, right, The Crooked Man fucking was supposed to be another film.
I did hear that.
Yeah, but they decided to cancel it.
I did hear about that, yeah. I don't think that would have made such a great movie because they're just trying to run off the success of The Conjuring. He does not have his own story. He's not a thing.
Yeah.
He's literally just used by something else because he was part of that kid's toy.
Right.
So.
Jesus. So, right. So the first Conjuring did $320 million. Annabelle did 256. I'm looking right here. Like, it shows all the actual fucking whatever you want to call it. The highest one that made the most was The Nun. With 365 million, man. Only 22 million budget. So a lot of people really wanted to see that fucking Nun, dude, but it turned out to be a letdown for a lot of fucking people, man. However, even though The Nun did do rather well, fucking whatever the case may be, it still doesn't touch fucking The Conjuring what it did in North America. Because in North America alone, it did 137 million.
But that's just box office. That's just theater income.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now, this article I'm reading, I just pulled up just to see what it says. It says the Conjuring universe has so far brought in $2.1 billion, over $2.1 billion. And they probably spent like, I don't know, $200 million making the movies. That's a massive fucking profit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 178 million grand total.
Yeah.
And worldwide, it made 2,132,716,805. Jesus. Yeah. No wonder Warner Brothers is like, yeah, you guys can keep going.
Please make some more. Mm-hmm. They could, though, potentially. Okay, I'm just saying, at some point, what's his name? Patrick Wilson and Vera, I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm not going to try because I don't want to butcher it. They are not going to be able to play Ed and Lorraine Warren anymore at a point.
Well, yeah,
You
because
know
they're
what I
getting
mean?
older. Yeah.
Right. So there will be a point where they won't be able to play them anymore, especially because they've jumped so far ahead. Like they're in the 80s now with their cases. So if they continue to make movies 81 and later, then they're going to not be able to keep coming back as Ed and Lorraine, right?
Right.
But they could take the case files from Ed and Lorraine Warren's cases and make so many fucking movies. However, successful, I don't know, because they tried to do The Nun, unsuccessful in my opinion, but successful. I guess they made a lot of money.
Yeah, it made
And
it made a lot of money, but it wasn't critically appreciated by the vast majority of the fans and stuff like that. Yeah.
right. And then there's The Curse of La Llorona, which to me also not great, but Annabelle, amazing.
Yep.
So they could potentially spin out and make, like, they were involved in over 1,000 cases through the church for this type of stuff. That's thousands of movies they could fucking make based off their
Yeah, yeah.
cases.
But I mean, it all depends too, as well, right? Because you have to fucking figure, like, okay, so what other ones? Because when we already talked a little bit about this earlier too, right? And like the samurai shit, I really want to see that get made into a film. Because
Yeah,
when you watch The Conjuring 2 and they're walking down that hallway and you see that fucking that armor set sitting there, right? And how the head's turning towards her when she's moving past it, you could hear the
yeah,
whispering and like a little bit of
yeah,
the backstory going on in that time period, right? I want to know more.
yeah.
Like that shit was
Interested.
so dope.
I'm interested in the ferryman. I'm not so interested in the wedding dress that makes you be psychotic because women are psychotic as it is.
Facts.
Um, but there are other just things based off the way they look that I'm interested in, like the fucking monkey. What's up with the monkey? I want to know why there's a monkey in there.
Yeah, the fucking man, monkey. That I don't know. Because I when we first got introduced to that monkey, I believe it was in
It was comes
Annabelle.
home. Oh no, yeah, no, it's the first Conjuring when they go in and put the music box, Rory's music box, on the
Oh
shelf.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
see the monkey then.
yeah. Right.
But he becomes more prevalent in Annabelle Comes Home, and I would love to see the story behind it because I'm just very curious about it. And most of the stuff in there, I would love to see a story on a movie on almost anything in that room. Honestly, I would never go to that room. I would never
I'm wondering
go to
if
that house.
that monkey. I'm wondering if that is not based on the movie that I'm thinking of, but like in like or sort of like that as far as like what the actual surrounding of that monkey fucking toy is. Did you ever see the movie called Monkey Shines?
I don't
It's a
think
movie that
so.
came out, I believe, in like the late '80s, if I'm not mistaken. It had like a weird monkey fucking on the front of the poster. I had the poster downstairs in the basement when I
Oh
was living
wait,
on
I
my
think
own.
I know. I think I can picture the poster in my head.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what that monkey is based on. Like, not again, not based on the movie, but the
Uh-huh.
story, like that movie was trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I could fucking find like everything that has like or that they have in their possession. It's a funny word using that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like as far as their collection goes, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
The occult museum. Okay, yeah, all right. Back in their house. All right, so I just want to see a list of everything they have in that fucking shit, man.
I know you can go there and see it,
Right.
but I wouldn't do fuck that. I would not do it. Not worth it.
Yeah, no, I would not want to take one look at the real life fucking Annabelle doll and be cursed the rest of my life. I'm good. I
Yeah,
am gooch.
I have no desire whatsoever to fucking go there.
Yeah, no. Okay, in addition, blah, 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 now closed. Back in the help of the son in law, fucking blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, they don't even do tours anymore.
Oh, they stopped?
Yeah, they stopped, yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's because after what happened, remember you were telling me? Because I was doing some research today. When those two incidents happened, right? When they were like, after they passed away and whatever the case may be, and they did like the museum tour shit, those two people that mocked the doll, fucking, they got
Yeah.
into like those weird car fucking accidents and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, that's when they stopped.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Dude, Lorraine died at fucking 92. Goddamn.
Yeah, she did. She lived a long time.
A very long time. Amityville Horror is another one too as well. I'm surprised that's not even in the Conjuring universe, but I mean, okay, hold on, wait a minute, time out. It is, but there's not a movie based on it because fucking why would they make a movie based on that when there was one that came out like a couple of years fucking prior to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you had the Ryan Reynolds one that came out, which I fucking loved, by the way, but it's not as good as the original though. Is this it? The demonologist page? Is this what it is? I'm just trying to find like what they have in their arsenal, man, like their collection. You know what I mean? Because I'd really like to know what the fuck that monkey is.
I don't think there's anything that lists like anything about it, like about what's in there or the stories behind it, because they keep all their case files pretty like hush hush, right?
Yeah, that's true. There's got to be something though, because I'd really like to know what the fuck that monkey is.
I know. I'm so super curious about the monkey. I just want to know. I want to know the stories, but not in any kind of like significant way.
Right. I want to see if fucking because haunted items inside the Conjuring museum. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's see what it tells me here. Let me see. The Shadow Doll, Satanic Idol, Annabelle. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Human Skull for Black Magic, Dark Magic Doll. Interesting. Nope. The hell's that one? I don't know. Beheaded T-Rex. The fuck is that? White Lady in the Union Cemetery. No. I guess they were allowed to take pictures when they were going through there and shit. This whole table. Haunted glass eyes. No, I need to know what the fuck that monkey is. It's gonna piss me off now. Toy monkey. Let's see what this says. Oh, okay. The toy monkey is a minor antagonist in the Conjuring franchise, first appearing as a supporting antagonist in the 2019 film Annabelle Comes Home. It is a musical toy monkey that holds an accordion possessed by a demon, ghost, or dark spirit. Interesting. Little is known about the toy monkey or the evil spirit that inhabits it. It's simply known as the item is haunted, cursed, and or has been used in ritualistic practices. Sometime after the Ed and Lorraine Warren founded the New England Society of Psychic Research in 1952, they came into possession of the toy, blessed it, and sealed it away in the occult museum in their home. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's not the same as the Monkey Shines movie thing. Oh, cool. Look at all the fucking... Okay, so I want to know more about Valak. What the fuck are you?
No, I don't want to talk about all that.
What's her true form? Oh! You're fucking hella creepy. Huh?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be like researching demons and shit. That's probably not good.
Shut up, Faye.
I'm just saying.
Either way.
You're bringing bad juju over there to your room.
Yeah, no, I don't need that bad, especially when I'm going to be having VR there tomorrow. Oops! Reveal. Whatever. I'll make a video about that tomorrow when I get it. Yeah, fucking... So, my overall impressions for these films... Spectacular. If you want an awesome universe, man, to fucking sit down and watch like 8 awesome fucking movies, well, let me just say 6 right now, but watch the Nun and the fucking La Llorona 2 as well. They're worth it as far as not wasting your time. If you want to invest time into the universe, I highly recommend it without a shadow of a doubt. And I thank you too as well, fucking Faye, for getting me into watching the entire series. Because you asked me about this a while ago, and I was like, yeah, one day we'll get around to it. And then I don't know what it was. I woke up fucking Saturday, and I was like, fuck it, let's have a marathon. Let's just do it. Yeah. So we did.
It worked out.
It worked out extremely well. And I'm so happy that I watched them all, because now I can't wait for the 4th one now.
I know. I can't wait for the 4th one. I'm going to watch The Nun too either way, but I can't wait for the 4th.
Oh, I will too. Yeah, of course.
It's supposed to come out September of this year.
Oh, and then we'll probably start seeing trailers probably mid-June or July.
Yeah.
Or maybe, well, we'll probably end up seeing a teaser probably by May, because that's usually around like the time period when we start to see like, you know, movies coming out for the fall and wintertime and shit.
Yeah. What's Platinum Conference?
Oh, that's gaming related.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we've been going for 45 minutes there, Spiffy, man. Is there anything else you want to add? And then fucking we'll end this off, I guess.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Watch this fucking series, man. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're not into horror films, grow a pair of balls. No, I'm just playing.
Do it anyway, even if you're not into horror movies. Do it anyway.
yeah, no, it's dope as shit. But but thank you all, man, for coming out. I appreciate it, man. Faye, as always, thank you, my dear. And I will catch you guys here on the fucking flippy flop titty side, man. I'm out. We're out with this bitch.